Try to be a good little cog in the wheel. I just try to spin.
No,
I just try
it
to be a
doesn't
cog,
matter.
be the best cog
hey,
I can be.
We're on. Hey, everybody. Welcome to another edition of...
Oh, can I do it? Can I do it? Can I do it?
You can do it. You're going to wake people up.
The Midweek War.
There we go. As you can tell, that voice was not grasply Vince McMahon-like of Mad Mike. That was our friend in the mainstream media, Mr. Mainstream Matt Carlins.
It's great to be here with you, Riz, and with our other special guest tonight.
We do have a special. We have another guest here. Because this is a special occasion with 3 different shows.
It's going to get real on this Midweek
We have 3 different people. Yeah. And that third person is Antonio Garza.
Hey everybody, I'm back to talk some Lucha.
02K up in this bitch. So, we've been gone for a while. Because, let's face it, none of us were going to do it on Christmas.
Yeah.
And none of us was going to do it on New Year's. Because we'd probably be hungover by then. So, we are sorry that we apologize that you missed us.
No. Don't apologize to them. They should be thanking you and the rest of us for setting them free for a couple weeks so they can have a life with the holidays and enjoy themselves. But now it's time to get back to business at hand.
Their lives rotate around us.
Yes. Well, I mean,
anyway,
break is over. It's time to get back to watching wrestling every night of the week.
Holy crap. Guys, we have 3 shows in 2 days. Just had 3 shows in 2 days.
It's a lot of wrestling.
It is. So instead of us going around the table like we always do with things, what we're going to do is we have decided to pick our poison, pretty much. a feast or fire briefcase. So first up, we have Antonio Garza, who has the Lucha Underground, sir. So
Aztec Warfare. Yes.
Garza, Mr. Antonio Garza.
Yep.
What is your one word for Lucha Underground?
Champion. Finally.
Yeah, we finally get a champion.
Yes.
And that's awesome. So, what is your bueno?
Well, like my real bueno is like the whole match. I think it's one of the best matches. Like the whole concept was perfect. But if I have to like pinpoint a single thing, since the match was the whole show, I'm gonna say it was the elimination of Mil Muertes out of the match. It was like perfectly crafted, like Mundo taking out Katrina, and then like Mundo freaking out that Mil Muertes is gonna kick his ass. Mil Muertes losing his mind, and actually like that leading to him like losing his concentration on the match and getting eliminated. I thought it was perfect, like that elimination itself.
I love that moment in that match where Johnny Mundo kicked Katrina. Help me, Katrina. Oh my
Katrina,
God in heaven! I mean, it's bad in a way. I shouldn't be saying this. I'm gonna get in trouble for this, but you just don't get a lot of violence against women in wrestling anymore.
Wow.
And Lucha Underground does it all the time, and it's one of the things that just jumps out at you every time. But that was like, even you could tell the crowd was like legit shocked by that moment.
That is Matt Carlin's supporting women violence in wrestling.
No. I mean, it's cool. It's cool because it's like Whatever. God, send your complaints to
Matt,
goodtimes at WrestlingMayhemShow.com.
Oh man. Moving on, Antonio Garza. What is your malo Lucha Underground before we get canceled?
Okay, my malo was similar. The elimination of Drago and King Cuerno. For the most part of their feud, I felt like they're like one-on-one. They're always tied. Like no one has like the upper hand. And then in this match, which I consider to be like a really important match because it's technically for the title, King Cuerno pins Drago, and then like King Cuerno gets pinned by someone else. So I didn't like that. I think it kind of broke the balance that I had been seeing from them.
Okay. And what is your cambio?
Mi cambio. I would have, I guess, given more time to the final two, to Prince Puma and Johnny Mundo, just to make it a bit more like epic. I guess they could have taken some time away from like the spots that the Big Six guys did, stuff like that, just to give it more minutes to the main two. That's my cambio.
Okay. So we discussed Lucha Underground, which was pretty epic.
Do you guys have any? Yes. Do you think they gave the belt to the right guy?
Yeah, I like Prince Puma. Like,
yeah.
It's not like the super pretty boy Johnny Mundo, but it's not like an evil guy. So I'm cool with this.
Yeah, it's not like they put it on somebody who has a major storyline going. Like you would have like I would have probably guessed it would have been placed on Big Rick, or is it Rick still, or whatever?
Rick,
yeah, Big Rick or Johnny Mundo, because they're the big names in the company. Well,
yeah,
that we know of. But they put it on, this guy, and it's a good reason because he's a good wrestler. He's a great wrestler, and maybe this will get his name out there and make people interested in Lucha Underground.
Yep.
So it's a good move. So I got I want to go last on this one. So Matt.
Okay.
Because I want to do something. Matt.
All right.
You didn't get this short straw. You have NXT.
Yeah. All right.
What is your one word for NXT?
My one word for NXT is Zaniacs.
I would have played a band.
I know y'all are one.
I would have played a band now.
You're in a band. That's
I'm
the
in
whole
a band.
Point. You were in a band the whole time and you didn't even know it.
I love how he just starts yelling, "You're in a band!"
I enjoyed him like just dropping the mic and jumping into the crowd for some reason.
So Matt, what is your good for NXT this week?
My good. The thing that definitely stands out the most is definitely the opening promo, the Talkie Talk segment, which is kind of weird coming from NXT, which is usually all about the in-ring. But damn it, Sami Zayn is so good on the microphone now, and even Neville's getting there now at this point.
Getting there.
And but man, it's so hard. The beauty of Zayn is that you can't tell where it feels so real with Zayn. I mean, like I said, him just like flipping the mic and jumping into the crowd. I mean, maybe he planned to do that the whole time, or maybe he just decided, I'm just going to do this right now and jump into the crowd just for the hell of it. He's just so good. And a little thing that was brilliant about that too was, and this is like totally plays into Sami Zayn, the ultimate good guy, is and maybe you noticed it too, when Neville comes into the ring to join him, Sami doesn't let Neville go and get his own microphone. Sami offers his microphone to Neville and then Sammy goes and gets himself another microphone. Just ultimate babyface courtesy on Sammy's part. It was beautiful.
That was pretty
Gentleman.
epic. Now, this is why I chose. Well, this is why I picked TNA because I can't even. What is your bad in this week? Is there?
Shoot, I'll come up with something.
Well, we have to have. We can't have dead air here. We have to talk about something.
Something bad.
You know something I didn't like? I think what's his name? The Kurt Angle guy?
Chad Gable.
Chad Gable.
Yeah.
I thought they could have done better, I think.
Yeah, I think he could have had more moves because that man's a good wrestler.
And more mat wrestling.
I think they could have made him a little bit more like Kurt Angle. Would have been.
Well, the tights were pretty much Kurt Angle's.
Stole Kurt's tights.
It was pretty much Angle there. What were you gonna say, Tonio?
No. I was just thinking that he needed to be more mat wrestling. Probably not face someone that was gonna kick his ass.
Yeah.
And he really looked like Kurt Angle. You can tell they want to do Kurt Angle 2.0.
And he is a pretty good wrestler. I posted in the Mayhem Twitter account. This guy is awesome at amateur wrestling, and it's pretty cool that he chose Gable as his last name, as Gable is a really one of the best wrestlers, amateur wrestlers in the sport.
And one letter off from being Angle.
Yeah.
Another bad thing, Riz, and this is something we keep going back to, is that they still can't get the vaudevillains backstage promos right. It's supposed to be a silent movie with cards with their words on them spliced in between a nice piano melody underneath. They're not supposed to talk. Somebody hasn't caught up on their silent movie stuff. They don't get it fully. You got to go all the way.
The added film clip, the fluttering of the film was kind of a nice touch. Like you said, they needed to add more to that, I think.
They need to go all the way with it. That's what they need to do. Yeah.
And besides those two, what is the one thing
oh my goodness
that Matt William Regal Carlins would change?
Oh, come on, sunshine. All right. I've been hanging on to this for a while, and the thing I'd change is I wouldn't simply have Curtis Axel go to NXT. I think we need to change up Curtis Axel. He needs. I know we already revamped him, and look, we're not going to give him a new name, but I just have to tell you guys right now that for a while, every time I'm watching a match with Curtis Axel, just the way he is in the ring, the way he moves around the ring, always makes me think about Steve Austin. He just evokes Steve Austin for me when he's in the ring. And I think Curtis Axel shouldn't fight that anymore. I think Curtis Axel needs to shave his head, maybe, gradually, maybe go shorter and then shave it, maybe get the beard gone in a while, in a couple weeks, and maybe, just maybe if it feels right in a match, maybe work in a stunner here and there. I think he needs to go all the way. I think he should be a taller, less drunk version of Stone Cold Steve Austin. Look, we already know Curtis Axel's a great outdoorsman. I mean, it's basically all right there. He already kind of reminds me of Stone Cold in the ring. He needs to basically pretend to be Stone Cold Steve Austin.
He needs the perfect plex.
No, he doesn't need the perfect plex. He needs the Stone Cold Stunner.
He needs the perfect plex.
We need the stunner back in wrestling. It's been gone for too long. Everyone's too self-conscious to use it again. But if you make it blatant that this man is ripping off Stone Cold, then you can bring it back, and everyone will be happy to have the stunner back.
So you're saying...
You do remember what happened in Shark Boy.
Yeah.
yeah, but unlike Shark Boy, Curtis Axel actually...
He doesn't
reminds me of Steve Austin. Whereas Shark Boy is a tiny costumed wrestler that doesn't remind me of Stone Cold Steve Austin at all.
Oh, that's a good segue.
I know it's bold, but I'm just telling you. And Tony, when I said that Curtis Axel reminded me of Steve Austin in the ring, you know it's right there. Curtis Axel, I know you're watching. Shave your head, cut it down to a goatee, sneak in a stunner every once in a while. Let's do it, baby. Come on.
That segue that you just made.
Actually, before we go to TNA,
sure.
Can we just give props to that amazing promo by Tyson Kidd?
Yes.
Oh yes.
The kitty ears got me. I'm just like, he pulled back the Beats headphones, and the kitty ears were still there, and I lost it.
He's gonna be the new Sarah McCollum.
He regurgitates cat food into their mouths. Oh. Now TNA.
Yeah. Now, Riz, it cannot be bad. You have to say something good.
I do.
Okay.
I got one sound for TNA if you want to hear that.
I want to hear your sound.
West Side Story.
Oh yeah. No, I was gonna get into that later.
Oh,
my word for TNA. Same.
Yeah.
What?
No, nothing changed. You're right.
Nothing.
Just the logo.
No, and I'll get into that later, of how it's the same exact thing that we have just witnessed. But I want to start on a good note. I actually have. I'm in between two of them. One of which is our go-to guy, Ethan Carter III.
Oh, that was amazing. That segment was amazing.
That segment, that man, that coiffed hair, amazing. But instead of sounding like a broken record, the hype for this show was good. It was good. I mean, if you had one of the best rematches that was on the last show to be on this show, and you promoted it to death, and it was a good thing to have. But I go on to my bad, and the execution was horrible. Horrible. I mean, first you start out the same way that you've started out before, like out of any other TNA show. The one thing that remained the same was the giant brawl to begin TNA. To begin Impact. And then you end it with a swerve that nobody cared about, or nobody wanted to see, and nobody cared about, because it was too dumb. Like, I don't want to say dumb, but it didn't seem right.
It's like a swerve just to do a swerve.
Yeah, it was basically Vince Russo coming back from wherever he's from to go, hey, we're only going to do this, and we're going to do this right, and it failed big time.
It's like, if you want to do a big heel turn at the end of your show, that makes sense. That's acceptable. But to essentially do 3 heel turns at the end of the show, you're just diluting the impact, and you're you're making the guy share the heat.
Yeah.
I hate using that word, but it's
you are. And the thing is, TNA doesn't need heels.
No.
And also, TNA doesn't need another heel stable.
They already have the Revolution.
They have the Revolution. They have, do they still have Team Dixie? Is that still a thing?
I mean, yeah, EC3's got a posse.
EC3 and Tyrus. You have the Bromans. You have, and now you have this conglomerate of a stable.
It actually has a name now.
Is it the Family?
No, it's called the Beatdown Clan. As in DC, as in really familiar DC other stable.
Who all is in this stable?
Wait. So the Beatdown Clan, Main Event Mafia, they're all the same now. So this stable consists of MVP, Kenny King, Bobby Lashley until they change, I think. Bobby Lashley,
Low-Key,
Samoa Joe, Low-Key,
Samoa Joe,
and Eric Young.
Yep.
That's 6.
That's 6.
6. For what reason? To beat down Kurt Angle and get a champion. Not even past that. Why is Bobby Lashley on here? Why would he want somebody helping him? He's a goddamn beast.
I don't know. Maybe like you alluded to, that maybe Lashley isn't long for this group, but
it's the same.
I mean, what's their goal? If their goal is the title, then the result should have been
mission accomplished.
No, I mean, and why do they need like 3 more guys? I mean, it's already 3 against 1. So.
And like I said before, who's the faces in TNA? Can we name any? Besides Bobby Roode.
Bobby Roode,
the Hardys,
Kurt Angle,
the Wolves.
The Hardys cost the Wolves a match, though.
Well, it doesn't matter.
Is Aries a top
Aries
guy for you?
Aries is good. Well, he did.
I guess it's good. Yeah.
He did put his balls in Christy Hemi's face.
One time.
We have whatever that. Who's that? Orvet or whoever that was.
Chris
Melendez.
Yeah.
Still,
Anderson is.
Oh, Mr. Anderson too. Yeah.
Anderson. Yeah. So, but is any of those names besides Bobby Roode and maybe Austin Aries World Championship material?
At this point, no.
Well, I'm sure TNA thinks Kurt Angle is World Championship material. But your point, is well taken.
And the one thing I would change, you just alluded to it. Why is he back? Why is Kurt Angle? Why? Like, I didn't want him to come back in WWE. I don't want him to come back now because he is not Kurt Angle. He looks like a penis.
I'm sorry, Riz, but he's not going away.
He's not, and that's sad because he's going insane.
He can still go.
I think him and MVP had. I can't say for sure because I didn't watch the entire show, but of what I saw, they had a pretty decent match. I liked what I saw from those two.
Considering they were wearing jeans and shirts, it was good.
Yeah. Bedazzled jeans and shirts.
Yeah.
Dress shirts, bedazzled jeans. It's a street fight. You're supposed to wear street clothes. But that's why it worked.
Not dress shoes.
Yeah.
And also, did it concern anybody that all of the heels...
Who came out in flip-flops? Someone Did a running in.
Yeah.
Did I imagine that? Who had flip flops?
I don't remember that. I mean, I remember
familiar.
that happening. I don't
Did
remember
that happen
who.
during TNA?
I think it did.
I'm pretty
Someone
sure.
had flip flops on. Good lord.
But here's
Alright,
my
sorry.
question. Why did they have all the heels in? Why did they have both heels and faces in two different party buses? And was one of them or both of them courtesy of Jimmy Wang Yang? Because I want to know that. Because that just seemed awkward. And, am I the only one who thought that?
I think so.
It was that opening.
That opening was very.
That opening video was just so. I mean, it was like.
And they were in the same
kinda
apartment.
Cool in spots, but then like once they got onto the party buses, and it was like, rah speech time. and like once they were lined up on the sidewalk facing one another, I was losing my crap watching that.
It did look like West Side Story, by the way. Oh, so we all watched a lot of wrestling this week.
Yeah.
Antonio, who won this week?
Lucha Underground.
Lucha
Aztec
Underground.
Warfare.
Matt Carlins.
Wrestle Kingdom. Oh wait, no. Oh wait.
It's still winning.
It's still winning. I also have to give it to Lucha Underground. It was a much more. NXT brought the in-ring just like they always do, but Lucha was a more impactful outcome for the long-term.
It was a bigger show for them too. Like, NXT was doing like the normal between show thing. I think next show is gonna be bigger.
Next show's gonna be.
Yeah, but this week was Lucha Underground really had to put a lot on the table.
Yeah, I like to agree with you guys.
Yeah, NXT's going to be massive next week. It's
NXT's going to be massive next week, and they build it up perfectly with the vignettes of everything going on. But this week, come on, Aztec fair.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Can I ask one quick question? Looking ahead to NXT.
Mm-hmm.
Sure.
Next week. The Baron Corbin Bull Dempsey match.
Yeah.
Over or under 1 minute?
Over.
I'm not even gonna ask you to pick a winner.
I think they're gonna start brawling before the ring bells.
Yeah, I'm gonna say over because it just seems like they're just gonna hoss it out and just club each other for more than 1 minute. That's just me. Matt, what do you think? Uh-oh. That's not good.
I don't know which one's gonna get it. I mean, I think I would not be surprised if Corbin goes right through him.
I can't. That's a
He agrees.
And the only thing I don't like about this one is how is he gonna put him in the finishing move?
Oh, that's actually something I want to see now.
Yeah, like Dempsey's a big guy, and who knows? But still, it's going to be amazing to watch. But that is next week.
Yeah,
and
next week's going to be good.
Next week's going to be good. Next week we don't have to talk about TNA and.
Is it already changing next week, TNA?
TNA is going to Fridays next week.
Oh, okay. I thought we were going to have 3 shows next Wednesday. I was like, dang.
We never have to talk about TNA again.
You know what?
On the Midweek War. They're gone.
You know what?
Out of my life. What?
Taking its place could be WWE SmackDown. With the return of Daniel Bryan.
Pretty good.
That's good.
Pretty good hook.
So for Mr. Garza at 02K, right? And
And
Wrestling Revolution at Wrestling Revolution and
Dot-
thewrestlingrevolution.com.
Yep,
I got everything there?
you got it.
Do you want to plug anything else, sir?
Now I'm good to go.
All right. Matt Carlins, where can they find you, sir?
If you love wrestling, follow me at Mainstream Matt with 1 T. If you hate wrestling, you can follow me at Matt Carlins with 2 T's.
And you can follow me at the Riz, that's with 2 E's and 2 Z's. And also insertcointobegin.com, where I do talk about video games a lot. A lot. And thank you guys for joining us on this first edition of the New Year Midweek War. We're gonna be doing this for a while.
We're destined to do this forever.
Somebody is excited.
Yes.
I'm excited. Tonio is excited. Matt's excited. Thank you guys for joining us. We'll see you next week.